Today on Raiders All 22, we take a look at the coach's film to see just how Josh Jacobs has been able to perform at an elite level early into the 2019 season. Now, I know words like elite get tossed around a lot, but you'll see through the various clips just how talented Jacobs is. He's going to follow Alec Ingold, the fullback, through the hole to the right, and then what you'll see is right here, Jacobs is going to make himself skinny, and he's going to plant his right leg, cut back hard to the left. Now, it looks like the safety has got Jacobs dead to rights, but Jacobs going to plant his right foot, make a hard cut, and then as he's falling, he posts with his free hand, his left arm to tripod, maintain his balance, and scramble forward for several more yards. So this is a nice job blocking but the Raiders, but there is just a ton of extra yards picked up right here, probably about another 5 yards because Jacobs has such good vision and terrific balance. This is 22 personnel. I love this formation from a running perspective because the Raiders have tight ends on both sides. Now notice, tight end Moreau has inside leverage on the defensive end. So Jacobs plants his right foot, makes a hard cut back to the left along with a spin move, picks up another 4 yards. It's amazing that Jacobs can see this in real time. And the amazing thing is, it looks like the linebacker is going to fill the hole where Jacobs is heading. Jacobs already anticipates this, and that linebacker runs into his own teammate. All right, that's just impressive stuff by the rookie. Keep in mind, the Raiders don't even have their full starting offensive line yet. They've missed Gabe Jackson, who's still been out with an MCL injury, and so Incognito was suspended for 2 games. Now they've got their full. They've got 4 out of their 5 starting offensive linemen. Here's another nice play. Jacob sees the safety, cuts back through the hole, and picks up about 6 yards. This was the run that iced the game in Indianapolis, and it's been amazing to watch the Raiders be able to run the ball effectively, partly because of Jacobs' talent, even in situations where the defense is stacking the box because they know the run is coming. Watch the right defensive tackle. He is going to defeat the cut block of Incognito, and he's got Jacobs in the hole here, but Jacobs is so fast. He's got such burst to the hole and such good power. He cuts back underneath the defensive tackle because he already knows he's got him beat. And I think it's interesting, like I do martial arts sparring, right? And they always talk about you just want to get enough out of the way when someone's striking you so that you can counter or take an action. Right? You want to be efficient. And when you watch Jacobs, when he runs, he shows that level of awareness and efficiency. Okay, here's a zone stretch play to the right. Jacobs can see that Hudson's going to pick up the block on the defensive back. He cuts back, and then right here he can see the defensive lineman is trying to cut Jacobs off. And so he cuts inside of him, right, because that was a linebacker. He thought that Jacobs was going to continue running out toward the sideline. And so Jacobs makes 2 cuts here. The first one is timed correctly right here, that first cut, and then that second one is what enables him to pick up the first down. That's probably another 5 to 8 yards that he picked up because of that second lateral cut. This is 12 personnel, and you'll see Jacobs has got really good burst. He can make it to the corners. A nice kick out block there by Miller. And the defensive back has Jacobs, and watch the agility. He spins and then ends up picking up about another 14 yards. Just a tremendous balance and agility. There's also some nice blocking here. Marcel Aitman got a nice he's got a nice seal block on Khalil Mack. All right, we're taking a look at here at 11 personnel, and another incredible spin move by Jacobs. So right here in the hole, Renfro's doing a nice job blocking the cornerback. Jacobs sees this, he plants hard on his left foot, spins, and manages to pick up another 3 yards. When I was watching these plays in real time, it's just jaw-dropping how much Jacobs is able to make people miss with his spins and his cutbacks. And it's a great thing because it protects him, frankly, from taking a lot of hard contact. Running back is a brutal position, even more so when people know you're going to run. So Richie Incognito, he's going to do a pull. He's supposed to block number 50, the linebacker, but notice he kind of misses him. What does Jacobs do? He just shrugs his right shoulder inside, crosses his arm to make himself skinny and get through the hole. Just super efficient with how, just getting just enough out of the way and then relying on his legs and power to get his way through arm tackles. So we're going to take a look at a off tackle run here. And so Jacobs right here, you notice like the safety has got him. This should be a tackle, run stuff for no gain, but Jacobs has the balance and the power to run through it, and then when he sees the other safety comes up, he drops his pad level and delivers the blow. He ends up picking up like 2 to 3 yards on what really should have been negative yardage or, you know, a run for no gain. Jacobs really has that kind of build you want in a running back, that thick lower body. And I think, you know, it helps him power through tackles, and like I said, it'll help protect him in the long run. So this was an amazing job of preventing a negative run. So one defensive lineman has a shot, the second defensive lineman fails to tackle Jacobs, and then he puts his head down, runs through a few defenders to pick up about 4 yards on a play. Again, he should have been stuffed in the backfield. 2 defensive linemen had their hands on him, but you'll see from the broadcast angle, he uses his off arm to knock their arms off of him, the outside arms that they're trying to tackle with. And here we go, right here. So he's posting with that right arm, right on the right bicep of the defensive tackle. Does the same thing here on the defensive end. And again, he should have been tackled right there. And instead, he's able to come forward for about 5 yards. And so he, you know, avoids a lot of negative plays simply through his talent level. I've noticed a lot too, and I think this will only increase over time. Defenders are often on their heels trying to tackle Jacobs because they don't know what he's going to do. All right, so, you know, obviously to be a 3-down back, you've got to be able to pick up the blitz. Jacobs hits the blitzing linebacker hard, catches the ball, and then check out this cut here. So defensive lineman who dropped in zone coverage looks like he's got Jacobs, and he cuts hard to his left, and they don't even tackle him until he's out of bounds. I mean, this play in a nutshell encapsulates why Jacobs was such a well-regarded prospect coming into the draft. Boom, great blitz pickup, stops that linebacker in his tracks. He actually, Jacobs holds up both arms to clearly show, you know, Derek Carr, hey, I'm open, dude, like throw the ball to me, and then has a huge play. Jacobs is also really good about, you know, finishing runs, and so actually, this is another reception. So here, you can see the linebacker is going to have coverage on Jacobs. Jacobs is going to hook, and he plants his foot hard when he makes his break. And as a result, the linebacker doesn't have an angle on him. The second linebacker tries to tackle Jacobs, but he posts with his free arm again. And then as he's going down, he tripods. He puts that offhand down on the ground and then picks up several more yards. I mean, just multiple good things all string together into one great play. So again, hard on the break. The linebacker doesn't have the angle, runs through it. The other linebacker, he shrugs him off with his arm, and then he tripods to keep his balance and to keep running. The thing you love to see from Jacobs, and this is important as the game wears on, he's really good about running with low pad level and delivering blows. So you'll see the defensive back comes up here, and Jacobs plows into him, gets those pad low, drives him back for like another 4 yards after contact. He has something like close to like 2.8 yards after contact, which is exceptional. And according to Pro Football Focus, I think I'd read Jacobs is currently 3rd in the league with, in terms of missed tackles, like 0.3 missed tackles per play. Now, before the draft, I made the argument to other Raiders fans back in March that we should draft Jacobs, that this guy would be a tremendous value at 24, 27. And later that month, Jacobs at his pro day, the first pro day, ran a 4.6, and people started coming out of the woodwork saying, oh, he's too slow, he's too slow. And I would ask them, like, did you actually watch any Bama games? Like, did he ever look meaningfully slow to you? This guy has got everything. He's got good burst, tremendous vision, great agility, balance, power, and hands on top of it, as well as like great work ethic and character. People have been talking about the Mack trade, and I'm super bummed that Mack is gone because he is an elite Hall of Fame level talent. But at least with the first pick that we got with that trade, the Raiders hit big. This is a guy who totally fits their system and will hopefully, you know, be our franchise back for years to come. This is a new channel. If you like the video, please like it, subscribe for more videos. Give me your feedback. I've already made some tweaks based on what you guys said from the previous episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.